Reviews!
Back up in here, yo.
Alright, so now I'm going to talk about spoilers for MFKZ! Motherfuckers!
Is this Samuel L. Jackson?
That's the original title of this. So they changed it. Easter egg, slight spoiler, number 1. So they changed that for the American release because obviously you can't put a movie in the theater called Motherfuckers.
So this is Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson! It's kind of... No, I don't say that. Okay, so getting right into it. Angelo is our main character. His power is... Technically, he's part of the evil that come to Earth to try to take over, basically.
So he's part evil?
He's a hybrid. So apparently his dad was like one of the higher level powered bad guys and was like, I think this human looks good. Let's get it on. Oh, let's get it on.
Earth ain't too bad right about now.
Yeah. And he's their like the love child. But apparently his dad had some kind of like really good genes and it's taboo. And I guess like someone found out and they're like, kill him. He's gonna kill us all because he's too strong. And you find this out through like a very long series of flashbacks that don't really make sense until you see towards the end of the movie.
Okay.
So, but basically that's why they're after him because they actually like awaken his ability, and so he can see that they've actually this evil. They're called the Machos. It's not really
Machos, yeah.
Very interesting name, but they apparently have like they're here on Earth and they walk around and they like can like infest people or make themselves look like certain people.
Okay.
So there's no way that you would know that they're aliens, basically. But for some reason, whenever I guess his power gets awoken, he can actually see their shadow and see that they're like not actual humans. So he does this like just arbitrarily walking, and I guess that alerts these crows, and these crows are like robotic crows or something. And they don't really say that, but it looks like it because their eyes go from like blue to green.
Okay.
And they just start showing up everywhere where they're walking. And for some reason as well, cockroaches love him and he loves cockroaches. It's really odd. Kind of nasty if you don't like bugs. But he comes home and he's like, hey, you forgot to feed the cockroaches. So he has a box of Crazy Puppies, is a cereal. And he dumps it out on the floor. And there's like thousands of roaches that come out of everywhere. And they're like, oh, yum, 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 yum. And they're just eating. He's like, here you go, guys. Oh, you brought some residue. Ah, that's cool. And I was like, what in the world? And then he has this weird flashback of him being attacked by a dog that has an eye out of its socket. And I was like, oh, what in the world is going on here?
Messed up dogs and roaches. That's what you want in a movie.
Right? And then he has this scar on the side. I'm like, did the dog try to eat him?
Probably.
I'm like, what in the world? Come to find out, at the end of the film, the dog was his dad, and his memories were all mixed up. And basically, his dad was trying to protect him from the agents that were trying to take him away. And his human body got damaged. And as the macho alien creature, he jumped into the dog, and the dog was kind of messed up because he was using the dog to fight him, and they knocked the eye out.
Oh, okay.
And so he's like hovering over him, trying to tell the kid, like, stay hidden. But in his mental memory, the dog's attacking him.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, that makes way more sense now. You shouldn't have shown me flashbacks the other way. That kind of sucks. But it all makes sense once they tell you that. And the guy that they have charged to come after him, he is ruthless. He was like, where's your son? Like, holding his gun over the mom. And the mom was like, I have one last request before you kill me. Don't shoot me in the head. And he's like, just shoots her in the head. And he's like, B-I-C-T-H had it coming. She likes it in the head anyways. I was like,
damn. Okay.
Wow.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, I was like, hate much? Which was weird because he's human, but they employed him. So I guess they struck a bargain with like power-hungry humans to like help mask them being here, and all they want to do is basically terraform the planet. So supposedly it gets very political and like kind of environmentalist kind of subject matter, where they go on and say like, oh, everything that's been happening on Earth as far as like, politicians signing off on all this, more oil, greenhouse gas, changing the whole environment, is so they can live here more comfortably because they like hot climates. So it's supposedly all because of them. Flash forward, they finally they realize like, oh hey, this is the kid that we were trying to get before. We need to kill him because he's like way too strong. So they try to kill him. Time again, his like latent ability keeps waking up like moments into the fight, and he starts killing all these people. And then you meet luchadores, which I'm like, luchadores? Why are luchadores in this? So their mythos behind luchadores is they're guardians of time.
Okay.
All luchadores apparently throughout the history of time have protected you and I. They were there to fight Hitler. And stop that.
Okay.
And any other weird history time, there's like a little montage of a whole bunch of different luchadores. It's like, it's the Jaguar and the Hawk Clan and the blah blah blah. I was like, oh, okay, that's different. That definitely
they're protecting time, yo.
Protecting the world throughout time and space. They are guardians.
That's right.
Guardians of the galaxy? Or the world, I guess.
Guardians of the world.
So it was kind of interesting. And the one guy has like visions of cockroaches, a flaming skull, and a kid.
Okay.
Oddly enough, they post some random fact that cockroaches will like travel hundreds of miles to go to some place that they're familiar with or something like that. Something that they're familiar with, and they pay that off by saying the cockroaches have allegiance to the kid because he's always feeding them, and they start trying to find where he's at. And somehow this causes like a legion of cockroaches mobbing through the city to find this kid. And then the luchadores are like, let's follow the cockroaches. We can help him. And that leads them to them shooting like a winter bomb up into the air. And apparently the Muchos, like, kryptonite is cold.
They don't like the cold.
Like they freeze, which makes sense because they're kind of like a liquid goo kind of base, but they can like harden themselves.
Okay.
But I guess if they're frozen,
they can't do anything.
They'll just die. So that's what like the scientists, the luchadores, break out from the thing, because apparently all intelligent life, when they attack Earth, their first thing to do is round up scientists and make them do whatever. So they get like the lead scientist, I guess, or whatever, because he's the only one that wants to leave. Everyone else is like, I ain't leaving because they're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
So, but I guess he's the only one brave enough to break out. So he does, builds this winter bomb, causes the first winter ever across the entire U.S. And it's just like snowing, and they all like fall over and die. You find out the president was actually one of them, and a whole bunch of other people. And the way they end the film is basically, you think if it's successful enough worldwide that they're probably going to do a sequel, because they show you that the aliens have a base on the moon, and the moon is actually the base. Like the entire moon transforms and opens up, and more ships start flying towards Earth, and I'm like, oh man. So it's not over. They only stopped the Earth invasion, basically. Yeah. So they're going to come again. So you're like, there's probably going to be a sequel, but it's all going to depend on whether or not they have money for a sequel.
Yeah.
Don't know if they will or won't. Metacritic has a 44%. Rotten Tomatoes has it at like 60-something%. Audience review, 89%. So audience members are liking this film. Yeah. Like I said, I thought it was pretty good. But also could have been better.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for spoilers on this one. I think I covered a lot.
Yeah, you covered a lot of it.
It's 90 minutes, but it was like a ton of crazy stuff happened.
It's like a lot of information, a lot of stuff went down in like 90 minutes.
There's a lot coming at you.
Yeah.
So there's not too much downtime. Like I said, it's a very short ramp up, and then it just kind of like boom, 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 boom. And you're like, that doesn't really make sense. Oh, that's cool. That doesn't really make sense. Oh, that's cool. So it's kind of like the pattern of it, and I totally feel they could have given us more information. to make the film flow a little bit better.
Oh.
So the overall flow of the film, I think, is what really hurts it. So, again, thanks for all the love, and that was my spoiler review of MFKZ.
That's right. Like it, love it, share it.
And we're out.